All right, so this is a slow blues in A, but a blues with some changes, kind of Ray Charles style. So I'm going to be trying to really make my way through these chords. There's some diminished in here. There's a 3-6-2-5 turnaround at the end. And I'm going to really just try to play nicely through these changes, play some melodic stuff at the top, and think like Ray Charles. So here's a soul blues in the key of A. All right, so let's talk about this blues in A. It's a blues, but it's a blues with some changes, some substitutions and a different turnaround and things like that. Very much in the style of Ray Charles. So let's talk about what's happening here. Obviously, we're starting off on the 1. Now, normally where this would still be another bar of 1 happening right here, I'm playing a bar of 1. Then I'm going to the 5 to create a little tension. So we're playing a 5 augmented chord, E augmented, and then back to A7. Then we're going to the D7 for the 4. Then D sharp diminished or E flat diminished. Then back to the 1 and to the 3. 2, 5, then a blues turnaround. And then that E again, which I'm sure you've all heard a million times to start a song, which is in fact how we started this backing track. Such a beautiful chord, and there's some cool stuff you can play. There's a real simple one. It's a beautiful way to start a tune and then resolve to the 1. So obviously I'm playing a lot of different things and I'm thinking a lot of different things through this chord. So without going completely crazy on what I'm thinking, obviously blues is first and foremost on my mind. So I started this song very much thinking as if Ray Charles was singing it. So I'm just trying to play as melodic and tastefully as I can. So to me, I'm hearing singing right now when that stuff is going on. So I'm really, really trying to be as thoughtful with my playing as I can and listen to the band. So I'm really listening to what's happening in that backing track and not stepping on anything and leaving lots and lots of space, while still making the changes. So that's kind of the first bar there. And then we get to the 4. And then I played the diminish. Now you can play so many things over this chord. Obviously, straight up diminished arpeggio. Now that's one of my most favorite licks. It's all coming out of this chord, but you can also take these licks and move them around in minor thirds the same way you move the chord around. So I can play and always bust out of it. So you could just play 2. Such a beautiful technique. But that's all coming out of this form. You can play it here. Beautiful stuff. So anyways, thinking diminished obviously over that chord. Then we resolve and go down to the minor 3. Now here, I'm mostly playing F sharp minor pentatonic. I'll sometimes play melodic minor. Yeah, and then we go down to the 2. So obviously that's a 2-5-1 turnaround. There's a million things you can do here, as we've talked about in the past. You can take that 2 and work your way down to the 1 by spelling out the 2. You can walk down chromatically. You can take that 2 and move it in a minor third, just like you do a diminished chord. So that takes you up to a 4 minor. So it's like going from B minor to D minor, back to A, because you can hear the resolution. So I'm doing all of those things over the course of these choruses. So I may put, or the other stuff I was doing over the course of this solo was, obviously I played some double stops up here at the top. And I was trying to, on the very last chorus, get an interesting theme developed. So I started going, I think it was, That's always fun when you're up high. So here I'm playing that A6 grip, then the D7, then the E flat diminish, and resolving to an A7. That's when it's helpful to really know where these chords are all over the neck at all times. Because you can always play the chord, you can always bust out of the chord with a lick. So you want to really, really spell out those chords, work your way through them, and try some of those things we talked about. Try using 2-5-1 turnarounds to move to the next chord. Try chromatically moving between the chords, and really, really, melodically fill in the spaces. But take your time on this one. There's no reason to rush through anything. You really, really want to let things breathe and try to play with as much feeling as you can on a tune like this. You got to just kind of feel it. So, Ray Charles style blues.